Hello everybody and welcome back to the farm. You just catch me here filling up the sprayer with solid fertilizer. I've just emptied the line by the caravan, filled it up with this, and I just want to give these fields one little dosage of fertilizer because I've got my eye on a spreader that we're going to put some wheat in these. Still not ready yet. We're just in September now. We're October before we can put anything or do anything with these sunnies. So I just want to give this one little hit if we can. Because as you can see in the little bottom corner of the map, it's starting to go yellow, which is better. And look at that, straight across in one go. It just needs a bit of a lift, really. It's just not looking too healthy. So the sprayer that I've got my eye on won't do fertilizer, and I know you can get them. But the one I was looking at, it does a bit of everything, and it's a nice one. It's got a good width on it as well, but it just doesn't do fertilizer. And I think you don't have to cultivate. I think you can direct drill in it. But I'm not 100% sure, but I just like it. I've used it quite a few times. And for the fields that we've got, we don't need anything drastic. We don't need anything massive. I mean, you can get some really big ones. Oh, yeah, by the way, if you're looking at it thinking, well, hold on a minute. There's some red barn there. Yeah, it might have been. I had to come back on after the last episode to do the thumbnail because I completely forgot. Normally the case. I normally have to come back on after I finish the game because I forgot to do the thumbnail. And I saw this and thought, I've got equipment kicking about everywhere. I didn't really like it. I didn't like it. And also that barn had got the inspection pits in it as well. And I thought, well, they're not really useful for anything for us. We can't really do anything with them. Yeah, okay, they look cool. And obviously in real life, yes, they will come in handy, to be able to use them to have a look under the tractors and stuff. But in the game, not really any use to them. So I decided to get rid of that. Do a bit of texturing, flatten the land out just a little bit. And I decided to put this here just so I can store a few things in. And apart from the header, which do we need to hold on to? Because the harvester and the header has been leased. And obviously we're not going to need that header for technically another year. Because if we put wheat in here, we don't use that header for the sunflowers. We need to get another header for that. So we need to lease one for the sunflowers. But I'm just not sure if it's worth holding on to or not. Because it's going to be another year. I think if we're going to have a look on here, yeah, it's going to be another year. So if we've got wheat, it's going to be July, August next year before we can do anything with them. Is it really worth holding on to for a year and paying the costs? I mean, we saw how much the daily cost is. Obviously, the usage cost isn't going to go anywhere because we're not really doing anything with it. We're not using it. I could have actually gone a bit further across here. I do this all the time. I forget how big it is. So I could have gone a bit further across and maybe got all this field in one go as well. So I just wanted to come give this a little hit. I can't see because of the trees. And then we can go and have a look and we can go and... Now, I was tempted buying... I keep thinking buying or leasing for the planter that I want. But I think it's going to be best to buy it because we're going to need one. We're always going to need one because, well, without one we can't put anything in the ground. So... I just think buying one's going to be a good idea. Oh yeah, no, I did do a few little flowers there around the tree. I might have just sort of decorated this a little bit. Let's just drop this here for now. I might have added a bit more grass here and put the trailers over here because there's nowhere to put them. So let's go over towards the shop and let's see if we can get the planter. It's not cheap. I think it's about 140,000. Planters aren't really cheap. This one's good that if we do decide to progress to any more fields, and we will get to that later because I am tempted to spend and buy. I've got my eye on 3 more fields. And you're probably thinking 3 more fields already. But we need to progress. We need to sort of build up, and these little fields are not going to help us too much. Now that won't be a nice one just there on the right, but that's quite hefty. That is. I think that's about 700k. We can't wipe ourselves out. I mean, with this planter, I don't even know if we can actually afford any more fields. But we'll have a look. So we go into here and we go across and we find planters. This one here. Now, we can get some of these ones, the smaller ones. We can go for these. There's nothing wrong with these at all. But I just don't think a smaller one really, if we are going to progress to bigger fields, all we're going to have to do is shop it in and go for something bigger anyway. So I think if we just kind of work our way up a little bit, I was looking at this one here, but it's a lot of money. And I was looking at this one this is the one at the end I was looking at. I love how it drops in. Very nice. It is a nice one, that is. And I'm going to put a 3 point on the front. Just makes it a lot better. Very nice, isn't it, that? 18.2 meters width. So that is going to go through our little fields pretty quick. But that's going to be great as well if we, progress. 5,800 liters in the sea compartment. I think that's good. That's a good one. Yes, it's a lot of money. It's 142,500. Obviously, because I've just added the half on because I put the 3 point on. But we don't want a trailer hitch, do we? It's got to be the 3 point, hasn't it? It's a lot better. So I think, yeah, this is a good one to go for. We can't really do much with it. Like I said, it's just got seed. It's got no fertilizer. You can't fertilize in it as well. But we've got the spreader. And you've seen how wide that is. Why we don't really need one with it in. We'll be okay. We can just do it after. So I think we should go for this. If we just go back on here and have a look. Look at all the icons at the bottom. It does. Corn, sunflower, soybean, sugar beet, cotton, wheat, barley, oats, canola, sorghum, grass and poplar. I think that's popular, or is that oilseed? It's one of them anyway. Not something that we're going to be doing, but it does pretty much everything. So I think that's pretty good. And 142,000, yes, it's a lot, but 368. And that's even a different colour than what it's showing there. Did I click on the wrong one? I did click on the wrong one. I was just thinking that's not a John Deere. So yes, okay, this might have fertilizer options in it and also seed. 17.8, so it's not as big. Holds a little bit more, but then look at the price, 430,000 compared to what we want. Nah, I'm gonna go for this. Now I'm not sure. It doesn't actually say about direct drill, but it doesn't take much, does it? We've got a plow. Now we can get ourselves a cultivator, but it doesn't take much just to whip the plow over it, does it really? So let's go for that. Look at this beauty. Oh, the tractor in a good place there, didn't it? It could have landed on the tractor. Now, you know what? The first thing I've got to do is take it straight over here. This is actually quite a big size, actually. It's a lot bigger than I thought. That's what she said. I've got to take it over here because I've just realised after flicking off the menu, I didn't actually change it to 3 point, did I? I left it as a trailer hitch, which is not what we want, because you can just see. Watch them, they're a bit prickly. Yeah, we're on a 3 point hitch on there, so let's see if we can go in here. We can change this, customize it, and then, yeah, we need to take it across the 3 point. So it's costing us an extra 500. It's not an issue. Look, that's the difference. Let's just get out and have a quick look now. It's actually connected properly, you see? That's what we want. Proper connection on there now. So let's cut across the grass here. Should we just open her up in the car park here, so to speak. Oh, look at this. Wouldn't it be cool to just drive down the road like this now? Definitely have to turn traffic off for that one. Look at that. How cool is that? That will get through our fields pretty quick, but also for the bigger fields as well. We won't have to worry too much about the bigger fields. It is a very nice plant. I do like this one. A lot slower than I remembered on the opening and closing. But then saying that, normally you're sort of trying to drive down the road, and I've done it before, and then I've caught it somewhere. Because it just has to lift up the bit there at the end. Just there. I've done it before, driving down the road, suddenly caught it, and it's kind of flipped the tractor and everything. So really, we should put some beacons on, shouldn't we, really? I'm not sure what the controller is for, like, hazard lights. There is one, I'm just not sure what it is. So we'll head back to the farm. We could actually, straight away, get the plants. We're going to put some wheat in these two fields. And it's the fields over the back that I'm really interested in. They're not too big, but not too small. Just not something Goldilocks said. Look, that one's just over the back there. That one which has been lined, which is a godsend for saving money. Let's just go and have a quick look now. So we've got this one here, which is a nice one. That one as well I was tempted with. It's got corn in. So that's the same header what does the sunflowers, what does corn. So we can sort of get our money's worth out the header there, what we're leasing. And then there's this one just over here. This one just here as well. So if we go and have a quick look in here, we can turn the flight mode on. We can go up and have a little look in the air here. So this is a nice size. And again, it's just round the back of our farm. And eventually we could probably progress and get them two as well. There's some nice big ones over there. And then that big one just over there, where the dot is, which is where I said we're heading to the shop. But look at the corn one in the middle. These could be nice. I mean, we could, if you wanted to, you could take this out here in the middle, take the grass out, plow it out, and actually make that like one big field. You wouldn't want to destroy the little path here, so you'd sort of leave that one separate. But we could put this one together. Join them up together, have a nice big one. So then we've got one big field, and then we can progress onto these. Not too bad. I am really tempted. This is where it gets scary. Now let's drop to the floor. Oh dear. So I am tempted. We're going to have a quick look in here and see. We'll be able to just see. It's not a ridiculous price as well. So this one, 47. It's 47, 48, and 49 what we're looking at. 47 was the one that did have potatoes in. And I'm actually quite glad that if we just head over here, you can see. Oh, hello, dear. If you have a look here, you can just see it did have potatoes in, but it has been harvested, which, in my opinion, normally it's nice to try and get a field with some crop in like this here. So these are getting very close to being done. Same sort of time as the sunnies. So we really need to be careful, because if that gets harvested, we've lost it. But these I'm quite glad of, if I'm honest, because taters are very expensive equipment. If we're going to have a quick look on here and see if we can just find some... actually, we need to go on this one here. Look at the machines here. 600 grand. And that one's nearly 500 grand. Don't get me wrong, they're nice machines. They're very slow. I think they go about 6 miles an hour when you actually got all the equipment, got all the headers down, and it's all actually, yeah, 6 miles an hour working. 15 miles an hour when it's running like on the road. And don't get me wrong, they are nice machines. They're very nice machines and good fun to sort of to use and play with. But 500,000. Actually, let's have a quick look and see what would it be if we go to lease one. 25, nearly 25 and a half grand. Nearly 10 and a half grand for, per work hour, and nearly 5 grand for the per day. I mean, that's a lot. And if you think it will take a little while to do this at 6 miles an hour, not a great deal of room to sort of turn around. You've got the road up there. Yeah, I'm glad that that's been done, if I'm honest. So if we just go and have a quick look on here, and if we go on this one, you can see the blue bit is the land that I own at the minute. So that field's going for 56, so just shy of 57,000. Don't worry about all the field info, because it's going to need treating and stuff like that. Oh, it's got lime on, so that's a good start. 48's got the corn on, that's 49,000. And this one a bit bigger is 47. So my thinking as well is, because you can see it isn't just the field in the middle there. You can see it's got all these bits around the edge. It's got the grass bits around the edge. So here's a good little place to put some more of them, like, vehicle sheds. Like you've just seen at the other place. We can put the vehicle sheds in there. So that's sort of the thinking. I am tempted. We're looking at around 150k to get all them. I mean, we've got 422, but we can take a loan out if we need to, get started. I am very tempted, but the thing is, we don't have long, because if we leave it... Let's have a look. Corn. So yeah, corn is exactly the same time in October as sunflowers. So if we leave it too long, they're going to be ready to be harvested. Whoever owns that field... Sheila owns that field at the minute. She's going to be getting it harvested, getting the money off that. We've missed out, and then we've got 3 fields that have got nothing in. So we really need to get some money from that one. So I'm really tempted. Do we do it? Do we just take the plunge and go for it? Because then that's a nice amount of fields, and obviously then that's because we've now bought the planter, we can go through and start putting wheat in all these. Ooh, other strawberries have appeared. Gotta do something with them as well. I'm not sure what we're going to do with them. I really want to get the grain mill and get the bakery, so we can then send them off to the bakery. Something else I don't think I mentioned, I also, for this, got the pallet fork, which is quite cool, so got that as well. Just so, you know, picking up pallets, obviously. You know, I'm really thinking about them fields. Really thinking about them. Let me have a think. I'll get back to you. Okay, so I'm back. I literally have just gone through, got a calculator out and just worked out how much. It's around about 170,000 to buy all them fields. So we have got the money and it will still leave us with a nice amount. But the sunflowers, you see, what we can do as well is if we look into the oil production company, we can actually get sunflower oil from the sunflowers. It's just, you know what? Yeah, let's do it. Because, look, we can get a loan. We are good for a loan. I don't know how much they'll give us for a loan, but I know it's quite a lot. I think it's at least 500,000. So we are good for that. So let's do it. Let's go ahead and buy it. So, because I don't want to miss out on the corn. If we miss out on the corn, it's going to be gutting. So let's go for that. Go for that. And go for that. I mean, already, look at this. We're episode 3. And we are in. Look at this. We're getting a good amount. Now, obviously, yes, we've got a lot of map. And I would like to maybe try and get some of these up here as well. These ones here. 30 to 34. They will be nice. They're quite big ones. Or maybe something like this down here. 70. Maybe even 71. 71's a nice grass field. So that could be quite nice, you know, for doing silage and stuff. If we get animals. Yeah. I think that was a good buy, that was. So we're left with 247,000. That's not bad. So I've just filled this up as well while I was pondering around off camera, just trying to work out what to do. I have just filled this up. We've selected wheat, and we're going to have a go now and see. Open her up. Already I forgot how big this is going to be. Look, see, this is why I have to turn crop destruction off. Otherwise, them sunnies they've had it. Now, yes, it is quite big for these fields, but like I said, I got in mind about I was going to get them fields over there, so it will come in handy for that. So let's turn her on, let's drop her down, and let's go. Look at this. We are putting our first crop in September. Oh, it's a good day. Now, because the bar is so long, we're not going to get right to the end there, are we? No. So you don't want to sit and watch me do all this, so I think it's time for a time lapse. So let's get this done. And I'm even going to go and do them other 2 fields that we just bought as well. So I'll see you at the end of this when it's all done.
You know that I'm the queen of overthinking. It's like we're done before we even started. So if this is the end now, baby, know that I gave it my all. I believe in us. I won't give up on you. I will be holding on for life. Hope you believe in us. Please don't give up on me. At least give me a try. 'Cause you're the best thing, the best thing. You're the best thing that I've ever had. You're the best thing, the best thing. You're the best thing. 'Cause you're the As I'm walking to your place, I'm shaking. I am picturing the words in my mind. I cannot stand losing you. No, I will fight. 'Cause I believe in us. I won't give up on you. I will be holding on for life. Hope you believe in us. Please don't give up on me. At least give
So this is a bit of an unexpected job, which if I'm honest, I completely forgot about. So because this field had potatoes in, it has to be ploughed. I completely forgot. You can't just go over it with the cedar. Like I was going to plant straight over and it's like, nope, doesn't work. I'm like, what's going on? Oh, yes. I thought it had all been done because we've seen the lime on it. You naturally just think a field's prepped, lime on it, plant on it. No, I completely forgot. Potatoes are in here. It needs to be ploughed. So that's what I'm just doing now. Kind of abandon the planter trees. Kind of abandon the planter on somebody else's land. So hopefully they don't mind or they don't drive by and sort of like, oh, well, what are you doing? There's nothing in it, so I've not literally gone and stuck it in a field where there's some crop in it. There's nothing in that one, so we're okay. We're safe. So the other two fields and the new one just there has been done. I did notice, though, that the new one obviously still got stones in it. It doesn't look too bad like this one here. It doesn't look too bad. But I'm not sure, if I'm honest, if you can do anything with it. So like now, I've put the crop in. Can you still go over with the stone picker? I don't think you can, but I'm not sure. Like, surely it's going to damage it if you just put crop in to go over with a stone picker. That kind of makes sense, but then I don't know if the game's built like that. So I'm going to leave it because technically, if it's going to do any damage to equipment, it would have, well, it's already sort of done damage to the planter because I've already just gone and planted. But like, you can't see any, this is the problem, like here, you can't see any stones in it. Once it's had lime put on, you don't know. So I think we're going to leave it, and obviously we'll do that next time. I should have maybe had a closer look at it, but I don't know if I still would have been able to see anything, you know, with the line being on it anyway. I don't think anything will show. It might have shown actually on the map. But actually, will it actually show? Let's have a quick look and see. Problem is, because it's got the crop in it now, it doesn't actually show anything. If we go on to here, yeah, you can see. So yeah, this one needs ploughing, of course, and also the corn one's going to need doing as well. So you can see, yeah, there's a few stones in it. Nothing major. I mean, not like 53 or 50. You know, the one I've just gone and put the planter on. Someone else's land. So, yeah, I think we'll leave him for now on this one. And then when we come to redo him again for the next planting, we'll have a go and I'll redo him then. Get all the stones up and make sure it's all done properly. The other thing, it doesn't affect anything as far as I'm aware with the crop itself. It is purely just the equipment. It just damages the equipment more. As you can imagine, stones kicking about, it's going to do some damage and wear it out quicker. So not too bad. Right, I'm going to go through. I'm going to get this done. And with a swift click of the fingers, this will all be done and dusted, ploughed, and wheat put in. In 3, 2, 1. So there we go, all done and dusted just like that. If only I could say it was just like that. So, some of you eagle-eyed viewers there might spot the field over there and go, oh, hang on a minute, Craigyboy. When you left us, that wasn't white. Yeah, there's a bit of a reason for that. As I was going through, I checked on the map and was wondering why 3 new fields were not showing anything on the precision farming. They were not showing anything, no pH level, nitrogen. I'm like, what's going on here? Why not? I'm like, oh, okay. I need to go over and I need to fertilize them, lime them. Obviously, the lime that was on before wasn't working. Obviously, because I bought the fields, it's not calculated it. Yeah, someone else did it. So, you know, I kind of thought, oh, maybe that was the case. No, me just being completely stupid and forgetting that it won't show me anything unless I get my soil sampler and go over them and actually send off samples to tell me what's in the ground and what the soil's like. So, after I limed this one, you can see caught a bit in the cornfield. I did the other field as well. And suddenly kind of thought, it's still not showing me. What is going on here? Then I realised, I need to send off the samples, don't I? Which is what I did. And as you can see, it's telling me that they're not bad. If I'm truthfully honest, I don't really know what the, like, loam, sandy loam, and all this kind of slotty clay. I don't really know what they mean. Is that good or bad? I'm not sure if I'm completely honest. But you see, the samples have gone off now. It's come back, and as you can see, because I did go over a lime and I did go over a fertilizer, they look all right. They're looking pretty good. 46 is still a bit middle of the range with the old nitrogen, but the rest of them, because I did go over it, they look okay. So at least what I did do before I sent the samples off did work, and it has helped. So it's not a complete waste. I've no idea where we're going to put this as well, so we're going to have to leave this. I'm just going to leave this sort of kicking around here in a minute. I did move a few things about as well, because I had to get my sample, my soil sample out, and it was... Should we try and not push that button as well? That's the hire worker button, not the get out the cab button. So the soil sampler was behind here, and you're probably thinking, oh, hang on a minute, Craigyboy was right. Look, I just keep changing colour. No, every time I approached it or got near it, yes, it went from that colour to green that I selected, just so it matched sort of some of the other equipment we've got. It was driving me mad, if I'm honest, that it kept changing colour, and when you got close to it, it went to the green colour. So I just decided to change it back to the factory colour and just left it. It was getting a bit annoying, really, if I'm completely honest. So I think for now, I'm going to put the back of the silo across here, since this has all been levelled and it's looking okay. Without trying to hit the silo, I was a bit snug, that was, wasn't it? Yeah, that'll do just fine for now. So what we can do is over here is we can get some more. I'm thinking of them sheds, like the one you just seen me sort of use over there. I'm thinking here, you know, that's a nice space there to fit. You just maybe level it off to make sure it's nice and level and there's no bumps or anything in here. Could be quite nice to put another one here, and we can put some more equipment in there, but I'm not sure if that planter is going to really fit. It might do, it might stick out a bit, I'm not sure. But anyway, I'll have a look at that one, and we'll see about putting another one there if I can. So these fields so far are done. They're all up to scratch with the fertilising, the lime in all the fields. They're all ready to go. They've all been planted with wheat. Corn is going to be next month. Time's flying on as well. Look at this, 23 minutes past 3. So corn and sunflowers are going to be ready next month, which we can do. So we'll get a header for that one. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to send that header back for now, because like I said, it's going to be next year. We'll get wheat next year. Ooh, what we got in here? Not much. See, I did look at that one there. I know you're probably looking thinking, well, hang on, 137, I just paid 140 odd. But then look, 40.2 hours of working it's got on it. Minus 3%. It's not worth it. For 40 hours of wear on that other one, I might as well pay the few extra grand and get it brand new. So that's exactly what I did. So I'm going to send this header back because, well, we don't really need it for now. It's just costing me money every time we go through into another day. I know the harvester's here and that's leased and that's going to cost money, but we're going to need that next month. So I don't want to go and have to hire that again. So we're going to need that for the sunnies. We're going to need to get a header for that one. So we will, on the next episode, we'll track over it in the combine and pick up the header, because I don't like the trailers. That other header came with its own wheels. That's fine. But when you have to try and put a header on it, I can never seem to get the right one. They never seem to fit. And they just end up falling off down the road somewhere. So we'll pass on that. What I do want to just kind of have a quick look at is right up here somewhere. If we go back onto that one, get on the right menu. This is the grain mill. So this is what I want to buy. Look at the size of this thing. What a beast. So all the wheat that we're doing, we can put in here, and then it will make us flour, so it's more money. That's the thing I like about this, it's more money. So if we go and have a look on here, and we look down at flour, well, let's have a look at wheat for starters. You can see the price of the wheat at the minute is going for what, 680 is the highest on there. But if we scroll down and have a look and find flour, flour is going for around about £1,000. So straight away, it's an increase. Now, these aren't going to be the right sort of times for it. As you can see, Jan. In Jan, it goes to nearly 1,300 in Jan. So at the minute, we're at the kind of worst times possible for them. If we go right back up to the wheat again, wheat, 732. So going for the flour is straight away, you know, making an improvement on it. But then what we can do is if we get this, we can get the bakery. And obviously we've got strawberries. So getting the bakery means the bread. The flour will go to make the bread. And if we're going to have a look down here and see what bread is at the minute, where we can find breads here somewhere. There, bread. Bread in Jan, 3,310. I mean, that ain't bad. Bread at the minute is going for like 2.5 grand. So just think, wheat is around £500-600. 2.5 grand if we get bread. It makes sense. Now, I have been told there's a little trick you can do. When you've got some wheat, bring in all the wheat, hence why we've got the 2 little trailers. Dump them all in here. You'll get paid for the wheat because these will buy it off you. So you get paid and you quickly run over here, down the bank, go over here, hit buy. It's 96,000. I know you're probably thinking, oh, hang on a minute, Craigyboy, you've got the money now, why don't you buy it? Yeah, we could do that, but why not wait? Get paid for the wheat we're putting in, quickly run around the corner, and then go and buy it with our wheat still in it that they've just paid us for. I mean, it's a no-brainer. So that's what I want to do. So we're going to wait until the wheat's ready. Now, I know it's going to be a little while before the wheat is ready. But things, if we've not got much to do, we can fast forward time a lot. It's one day, 1 month. So we can fast forward if need be. I think everything's done at the minute. We'll just have a quick look down now. We want to go to the bakery here. So this is the bakery. This is where the flour, what we can do is when the grain makes like flour, we can get it distributed straight over to here if we own it. If not, we're going to either have to sell it straight from there or turn it into pallets and then like bring it across ourselves. But if we get this, which again, 50,000, it's not out of reach. Bread and cakes will get made here. Or we have to put the pallets in here manually. So it sort of makes sense, doesn't it then? Get off the road. Because then we can sell the bread for a lot more money and boost our bank balance back up. This is why I've gone straight in to put wheat in now. Because if you think, if we put wheat in now, alright, we've got a year to wait. But we're going to go on to the next month anyway. We're going to get the corn and sunflower. And I think if we can have a look here somewhere, I think it's over here from right. Is this the oil mill? So this is the oil mill. Now, luckily, this map has got all these on it. But you can put your own oil mill in as well. So if you're on a map which hasn't got these in, you can put your own in. But look at that. What a beaut. So again, we can get this. And we can put the sunnies in here and get sunflower oil. How much is this? 80,000. So we could get that one first. If we're going to have a quick look on here and just see. Let's have a look at sunflowers themselves. I'm not sure where they're going to be up here somewhere. Sunflowers. Going for about 1.5 grand is the best. September, you know what? September's not a bad time. March is better at, 1,004. So there's still a good price now. Like 1.5 actually. It's Goldcrest Valley. That's a pretty good price actually. So we could sell them straight away if we want. Or we could go and buy the oil factory and turn them into oil. And if we go and have a look down here for sunflower oil. Sunflower oil. Nearly 4 grand. At the minute, they're going for, what, 3.6 is the highest on there? At the Johnson's Farmer Market. I mean, just think. Why not? So, there's plenty of things we can do here. And obviously, if we get some olives, we can do obviously olive oil and canola oil as well, which we can do. All good prices. So, for 80,000 initial output on that, the price back for oil really does make it worthwhile. So I think it is definitely... We'll have a look at the prices when we get into next month. We'll harvest them. We'll see what the money situation is like. Obviously, it's going to take a little bit of time for that to process it and turn it into oil. But why not? I just think it'd be quite good, that. Well, I think this has been pretty good. We managed to get a few bits done. The fields are all ready to go. They're all planted and things are growing in them now. Next month, we will go into on the next episode and we will do the sunflowers and the corn as well, because they're both ready at the same time. And then, if I'm right, we should then be able to... let's just go back across onto here. Let's just have a look actually at the calendar I want. So yeah, why in October, we can get rid of the corn and the sunflowers, and then we can prep them fields and then add wheat into them as well. So then we've got a lot of fields all full of wheat. Because we're going to be out. It's wheat or barley, really, is all we can do. So we might as well go put wheat in all them. At least then it gives us something. So come around next year, we've got everything in. Because, if we're going to have the factory for the sunflowers, all right, March, April, they're ready again. I just think get them all in wheat. And then when all the wheat's in them, then we can sort of have a look about maybe doing some canola, and we can like get some canola in the factory if we buy the oil. If we buy the oil mill and the grain mill, we're going to have a lot of grain from the wheat, and then we could put some canola in them all and then get some canola oil out. There's so many things we could do. Like I said, there's so many productions on here. We can get more fields. I think the bank balance is going to start going up. We're still at 240,000 and we've had no loan as of yet. Things are looking good. So thank you so much for watching. Don't forget, like, comment and subscribe. Let me know what you think on this one and give us a thumbs up to let us know if you are liking these episodes so far. And thanks again for watching. I'll see you in the next one.